I am so tired of hearing the word deal. I never used to hear it that much, and now it just seems like it's the word that we commonly use anytime we're trying to talk or describe a relationship with somebody and how we're going to work together. We're going to do a deal, we're going to make a deal. No secret that this word has been popularized by our president, who really uses that word a lot. His famous book, of course, is The Art of the Deal, described by some as basically the idea that greed is good, that I come in with my desire and you come in with your desire, and we wrestle until we do a deal, right? We wrestle until I get as much as I can out of you and you get as much as you can out of me. And after we wrestle hard together, we come up with this deal where okay, we're going to shake hands and that's deal? Yeah, deal. This, by the way, is basically the Ayn Rand approach to life, which is, I think, just facing the fact that human beings are innately self-centered. And I think that's true of everything that exists. So, I mean, self-centeredness is no big mystery. Of course, we're self-centered. How could we not be self-centered if we are a self? But it sort of like recognizes that, but doesn't recognize the joy of two selves coming together in a way that it's not a give and take, it's a give. It is possible to do better than a deal. Now, just take my marriage, for example. What if I took the deal approach with Julie and, we sit down and, okay, Julie, I'm going to get everything I can out of you. And she's like, okay, I'm going to get everything I can out of you. We're going to do a deal. And we have to negotiate and sit down. And at every point, we're trying to, outdeal each other. This, by the way, if you've ever read Ayn Rand, this is basically the relationship she describes with her lover in the book, where, it's idealized as this beautiful thing where two people come together and try to get as much as they can out of each other, and they're just honest about it, and they wrestle, and wow, what a beautiful relationship that is. I just don't think it works that way. It doesn't work. I've tried that. It doesn't work in my marriage. What works is being ourselves together and coming to an agreement where the goal is not to get anything out of each other, but to be together, being ourselves together. The beautiful word for this that I love is harmony. In my mind, that's the goal. Harmony is always the goal. And harmony is two entities being themselves together. And in the best harmony, like when I'm playing French horn and I'm trying to harmonize with an oboe player, they're still very much an oboe and I'm a French horn, but we're listening to each other and we're trying to blend our sounds without negating them into this coming together, this synergistic blending of the two sounds, that it produces something that's even more beautiful than either sound alone. My music teacher used to talk about the angels singing, and that literally kind of happens. And what he was describing is that every note has overtones, sounds that are kind of they enrich the sound. It's not just like a one frequency. There's like this whole layers of frequencies in a single note of an instrument. And when those layers of notes, that the ones that you don't even think about or hear directly, when they come together in harmony, they combine in a way that create new layers, new possibilities. And it's just like, it's this amazing thing, harmony. So I wish that we would talk more when we talk about other nations and other groups, or it might even be in our own marriage. I wish we would stop talking about deals. It just seems to me to be such a, what's the right word? Such a childish, such a, oh, come on, what's the word? When you're exchanging things. Such a transactional way of thinking about relationships. There's so much more depth available when when we're not trying to do a deal, when we're trying to think about how can we be together. There was a time when I heard words that resonated better with me, like peace accords or coming to this such and such an agreement. But the idea was that we're sitting down together and we're trying to come up with a way to be together. Not so much of a bartering and a give and take, with the idea that this is it, that it's a zero-sum game, that if you get more, then I get less. That's just not true in relationships. It's possible for both people, both parties, to get more in a relationship when you're not thinking about it as a deal, when you're thinking about being yourselves together. So that's my rant for this week. I take it for what it's worth, but I do hope that your life is rich with people who aren't doing deals with you, but who are really like celebrating you for being you, finding ways to be yourselves together.